Hello people, this is Christian and you are welcome back to the Don't Have channel. So in our last video, we were able to assemble our components in order to achieve an access control system, right? And in this video, we are now coming to give the instructions for our system to perform, okay? So for this and more, kindly click on the subscribe button if you haven't and join me. Alright, so I have my Arduino IDE already open, okay? So first of all, we are going to import a couple of libraries, okay? So I'll leave the link down below. If you don't have the libraries, you can go and download it. And once you are done, you have to go to sketch at the top here. You go to include library, and then you go to add zip library. Once this pop-up menu opens, navigate to the zip file of the library and click on it, okay? Once you are done, you can now come here again, go to include library, and then you scroll to where your library is. So you are going to use Keypad and then liquid crystal library. So I'll import the two quickly. Oops. Okay, so Keypad. All right. So once we are done, we will now specify our number of rows and columns we are going to use in our Keypad. So let's quickly check. So we have 1, 2, 3 for the columns. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 for the rows. So let's do that. So I'm going to quickly type const byte, and then let's give it variable name rows. This is going to be 4, and that of columns is going to be 3. Right. And once you are done, we can now set our counter, our val, and then our id, okay? So you are going to type const, this one is just an integer value, give a variable name, set it, assign 0 to it, and then we have our char, which is an array, and then you have another string. But in C, we can specify string values as this, and then our value is going to be, our string value is going to be, let's say 731, okay, 7 again. All right, oops, let me change it to double quotation. All right, and now once we are done, we can now define our keys, okay? So how our keys are going to be arranged, and this is going to be in array form. So I'm going to say char, and you give it keys. It's a dimensional array, 4 by 3, okay? So we're going to pass our 4 here, and then we pass our 3 here, okay? And this is how it's going to be. So we are going to have our 1, 2, 2, and then 3 here, okay, as our first item in our array. So I'll copy it and paste it multiple times. Okay, so I'm going to change this one to 4, 5, 6, okay, yes, 7, 8, 9, and then the last one will be hash 0 and then star, okay? So as you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that order, right? So we are arranging it in that order for our system, okay? So now let's also define our row pins, okay? So row pins, and that is number of rows we need is 4, okay? And it's going to be 9, 8, 7, and 6, okay? So let's format it well. And then down here we're also going to define that of columns. So call pins on this column, and then it's also an array, so we are going to pass in 5, 4 and 3. So these are the pins we are connecting to. Okay, alright, so once we are done, we have to now define our LEDs and then our delay time. Okay, so we are going to say const integer value, and that will be our LED pin. So let's say red pin. Okay, so our red pin is connected to 13. I think we'll check it soon. So the next one is LED green, right? Pin is 12, right? So let's quickly cross check. So I want to zoom in. Okay, so our red is connected to pin 13 and our green is connected to pin 12, as you can see right here. Okay, so let's continue, and then now you specify our delay function. So let's say delay time. Okay, time is equal to 3 seconds. Okay, so our LED will be on for 3 seconds and then we'll off it. Alright, now let's create an object out of our classes here. Okay, so for the first one will be keypad, and I'm going to call it KDP, and then here I'll call the class keypad. What's wrong? Okay, keypad, and then here I'll have a function here, say make keys map. Okay, I think I have a typo here. Make key. Why why am I typing K? I'm sure it's because of K. Yeah, I'll answer. So now let's continue. We'll talk about I'll answer later. Okay, so rows, pins. Okay, and then we give our column pins as well. Okay, let me check. Now we have to give our rows, which is 4, and then our columns, which is, I think, yeah, we are good to go now. So we call the class, and then we pass in the key map. We are passing our keys here, and then our row pins, our column pins, the number of rows and the number of columns. Right, let's now set up that of the LED. I'll just copy this. I always type it wrongly, so this time I'll just copy, and then I'm going to say LCD. Okay, and then into brackets I'm going to set a couple of things here. So x to 0, 16, 2. Right, now we have to now initialize our LCD. So LCD dot init. Okay, and then the next one is LCD dot backlight. Okay, then the next one is LCD dot home. Good. And then now once you are done, we can now set our LED pins as well. Okay, so we are going to type digital pin mode. So pin mode LED red pin, and that is supposed to be output pin. Okay, Great. Let me check whether I type it correct. So let me just copy and paste it here, and then same for pin mode, and let me copy the green pin, so it's just pin 12, and then it's also output. Alright, so now we are in the loop function, and here we are going to do a couple of logics here. Okay, so what you are going to do first is we are going to take our key. Okay, so let's start by creating a child, and then key. So we are going to call our key dp objects, and we have a function there, say get key. Okay, all right, and here I'm going to check if key is pressed. Okay, so once key is pressed, you have to check if the count is still less than 4. If it is, then we are going to store the key in an array. Okay, so val count, and then you pass the key here. Okay, so based on the count, that determines where, or the index position of the array we are supposed to store the key. Okay, and then after that we will now increment the count. Count plus plus. Okay, and after that we will now LCD print the key to our LCD. So I'll pass in key here. Okay, I think that's great. And then another if statement here, so you have to also check if the count is equal to 4. Okay, so once it's equal to 4, let me scroll up. Okay, I want to scroll up again. So okay, I think that is great. So once it's equal to 4, we want to clear the LCD. So LCD dot clear function. Okay, so the string we stored in the ID, we are going to compare it with that the items in the array. Okay, so we are going to say if str compare, we are going to pass in our val and id, and if it returns 0, it means they are the same. So we are going to on our LED light. Okay, so we are going to type digital right, and then we are going to pass in our LED green. Okay, we are going to give it high, but if they are not the same, then we are going to do same, but this time around for our red LED. Okay, and here is going to be red, so red, and after that we are going to delay for 3 seconds. Okay, so we are going to pass our delay time. So delay time, and after the delay time we want to off the LEDs. Okay, so I just copy this, paste it down here. We are going to set it to low, do another one for red. Okay, so red, let's set it to low. Alright, so now once you are done, we want to reset our count to 0, and our val we are going to reset to empty. Okay, alright, hopefully our code should run right now. So let's see. Take the key, store the key here, we print it to the LCD. When we press up to 4 digits, we now compare, we clear the LCD, we compare if they are the same, we on the green light, if they are not, we on the red light. Okay, so let's run and see. I'm hoping we go through. Okay, typo. All right, so let's remove this here, and now let's run it again. Okay, done compiling. So we are going to move down, horizontal, not down. And we are going to check where our hex file is stored. Okay, so this is the directory. Okay, all right. So now let's go back to our Proteus. We need the hex file there. So in our Proteus, you are going to double click on our Arduino, and then we go to this file, this folder, sorry, click on it. You navigate to, for the first time yours will be empty, so you are going to navigate to the hex file. So mine is on local users HP. I scroll to app data, go to local, scroll down to temp. Yeah, so now let's scroll down and find Arduino. Where is Arduino? Okay, so we are using Arduino build, this one. Okay, let's check it again. Okay, we are using Arduino _build 750102. Okay, so now let's check. So this is it. We click on it. Yeah, this is the hex file. So we click on the hex file, we click on open, and okay. So now I would like us to, let me center this here and then zoom in. Okay, oh, so much. Okay, so now let's run it. All right, so as you can see, let's click on something. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 6. All right, you see our LED red is on. For 3 seconds it will be off. All right, now it's off. Now let's try the actual 7, 3. Oops. Let's try it again. So 7, 1, 7. Okay, you see our green LED is on, which indicates access granted. So we've been able to design our access control system, and everything is working. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you have any suggestion, any question, kindly share it in the comment section below, and trust me, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you. See you in another video.